Hello, everybody. It's the Palat family, Sean and Felix, and we're just doing this video to give a quick review on our experience with Zanelda Medina Zuni. She is a psychic who has a page here on YouTube. She is gaining a lot of clout from her abilities, and it's well deserved. She is very authentic, very genuine, and I just wanted to do this review because I know there's a lot of skepticism out there about psychics. So I just wanted to talk about my experience. Well, we wanted to talk about our experience. First of all, I'll talk about how I found her. I was looking up videos on the Kenneka Jenkins case. I was getting lost in a black hole like everybody else does when you look up videos on that case. There is a lot of garbage out there, a lot of conspiracy theories, but something just told me, that I should try some psychic videos to just see if there was some sort of spiritual insight, because I wanted to know what happened and I needed closure so that I could get it out of my head. So I came across Zuni's video on Kenneka Jenkins, and something just resonated with me about her reading. It was so powerful. She was very emotional. She conveyed so much emotion, and it looked very authentic to me. I mean, she had tears in her eyes, and unless she is an Academy Award-winning actress, I have to say that I believe that it was very real. So I started, watching a lot of her other videos, and she just is really down to earth. She has a great personality. She's very sweet. So I reached out to her and inquired about doing a 30-minute reading session, which was only $25, and that is very humble when you consider what a lot of these other psychics charge people, when they come to them for help. So it was a little difficult at first to get the appointment. There was some miscommunication, and I know she's been getting really busy ever since she did the Kenneka Jenkins reading, but it took a couple days or so for her to respond, but when she did, she set up the reading and we did it over the phone. So I didn't have to send her a picture or anything. We basically just spoke over the phone, and initially it was going to be just me. My husband wasn't even going to be involved in the reading at first, but I'll explain how he ended up coming into the picture. So the reason I wanted to do the reading was we were going through a lot with our daughter. 1.5-year-old Mia. She was suffering from a brain condition called holoprosencephaly, and the doctors had given her a 6-month prognosis. They had told us, that she wasn't going to be with us much longer, and we knew that, things were getting really bad. Her health has been deteriorating for a very long time. We were constantly in and out of the hospital. Constantly having to medicate her and put her on different medical equipment. But nothing can really prepare you for that, to accept that and to be ready to let go of your child. She was my first child, my only child, his only girl, and we anticipated her arrival so much. We loved her so much, and we were just struggling with, having to come to terms with the fact that she, most likely wasn't going to be with us much longer. So I did explain that to Zuni. At first, I was like, well, if she's a psychic, I shouldn't have to really explain to her what's going on. She should already know. But you do have to kind of give her an idea of what's going on and ask certain questions so that she can know what direction to go in and what to ask the angels in your favor, because she communicates with the angels. All of us have spirit guides and angels that protect us. So Zuni has the ability to communicate with the angels. And she basically confirmed for me that, yes, Mia, is suffering. Yes, Mia, was blind. That's another question that we had for a long time, was whether or not she was actually blind, because we didn't believe the prognosis. When they told us that she was blind, we were really skeptical about it, because we always, felt like she could see. So she confirmed for us that yes, Mia was blind, and yes, she was suffering a great deal, and that, no, she wasn't going to be with us much longer. So we did need to start preparing to let her go. And, as she was telling me this, it wasn't just like, a matter of fact, like, yes, this is that, and, this is what you have to do. It was very heartfelt. It was very compassionate. And she spoke to me like she was, a longtime friend or family member of mine, like she knew me personally. There was so much about me that she was able to extract, and to things that she just knew about me intuitively, and that she would say, and I would be like, wow, how do you know that? She was also able to connect with my father, who passed away. And I know that she was able to connect with him because of the things that he was saying, like, the fact that I get up in the middle of the night and go to the refrigerator looking for sweets, or, that I'm messy sometimes, and that my husband and I cook a lot, that we have a cooking show. I mean, she's just telling me all this stuff, and it was completely blowing my mind. And so my husband, like I said, he wasn't with me at first. He was in the apartment with me, but he, started to listen in on what she was saying. And I started asking her about him. And I was asking her, if he's ready to let go, and, how he's dealing with it. And she was like, well, and she didn't know that he was in the room at this time. She was like, well, he's saying that he's okay with it, but when he's by himself, he's not taking it well. She said he cries in the shower. Whenever he's not in your presence, he really just falls apart, and he's not, really able to show his emotions, because he wants to be strong for you. And I mean, my husband, the look that he gave me when she said that, it was like,
it's crazy.
Yeah, like, how the hell does she know, what he does?
I do that.
Yeah, how does she know what he does, when no one is around, or how he feels, or what he's struggling with? It was like she hit the nail right on the head. And because she was able to say that, I was able to have a conversation with my husband and say, look, I understand, that this is not easy, and that you want to be strong for me, but, you're human too. You have emotions too. I understand, that you can't always be strong, because people, they credit us for being, strong, and, always knowing what to do when it comes to Mia's care. And, but we struggle with it a lot. Let me just say, Mia did end up passing away after we had the reading with Mia. She passed on December 15th, actually, last month. And like I said, if we hadn't had that reading with Zuni, I don't know if I would have been prepared for that. I don't know if I would have handled it as well as I did. I can't say that I'm handling it, 100%, and that I'm, just okay, but it just prepared me spiritually to accept that Mia was, ready to go back to her Heavenly Father, and that she would be in good hands. So if we hadn't have had that reading with Zuni that day, and if it hadn't have been as amazing as it was, I don't think that we would have handled it the way that we did.
Yeah.
Was that your experience too?
She was spot on with a lot of things, that even personal stuff that we've gone through, and she was just spot on. And to doubt her, and then see everything happen at first, because I did have doubt, but see everything happen after speaking to her, I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it was just so matter of fact. I mean, she was just saying it like, like she knew us.
Yeah.
Like I said, like she had, been watching us our entire lives, because she told me, she was like, you always wanted to be a mother. She was like, you used to even put the doll under your shirt when you were younger and pretend to be pregnant. And I was like,
she's
oh
told me
my
that story
God.
when she was
I was like, what the hell? How did
crazy.
she know this? And she was saying that that God chose Felix and I specifically, to be earth angels for me. And that was the term she used, that we were her earth angels.
Yes.
Because Mia was a very, very special child. Even though she was really sick and afflicted, with that condition, she touched a lot of people. She has fans all over the world, people who love her and who watch the videos. We started documenting her journey, and posting videos on Facebook and on YouTube. And we never expected that it would have the type of reaction that it did. People just fell in love with her, and people began to tell us, about their experiences, and how she made them feel, how she restored their faith, how she made them appreciate life more, appreciate their children more, their children's health, their health. She touched people, older than me, my husband's age, and people from all different walks of life, regardless. Everyone that she came in contact with, she left some sort of impression on. So we loved her so much, and I don't think that we were ready emotionally, mentally, to accept that, our fight was up. We did everything that we could. We did our best. We did our absolute best, and we needed that affirmation. When you can't get it directly from God, it's good to know that He anoints specific people in this world with that gift to convey messages that He can't give to us directly. Because we can't, just have a conversation with God the way that we want to. He does give people that gift,
This
and
girl's the real deal.
Yeah. I know there's a lot of skepticism about psychics because, a lot of people do it for clout. A lot of people do it for money. But like I said, we only paid $25 for a 30-minute reading, and 30 minutes is a long time, when you just want to know, what's going on. Well, there's just certain things that you probably already know intuitively, things that you just need affirmation on, direction. There's a legal case that I want to pursue, and I was asking her about that, and she was giving me the assurance, to go forward with that. And there's just everything is not coming to my mind right now, but there's been a lot of things that she has told me that have manifested in some way, or that I've begun to see signs of. And, without getting too personal, like I said, it's amazing that she, has the clairvoyance that she has, and that she's able to connect with people the way that she does. So psychics are real. Zuni is real. Anyway.
She's the real deal.
I had to do this review because I saw a video the other day that she did talking about an experience that she had with somebody that was really unpleasant with her. So shame on you, for doing that. Zuni is a child of God. She is doing God's work, and she really made an impact in our lives. And, we have to give her props when it comes to her, preparing us spiritually for the transition of our baby girl. And, for the direction, she was telling me a lot of things about, my businesses and school, and like I said, everything that she's telling me, I'm just starting to see little signs, and things are just falling into place and manifesting. And it's like, wow, she said this and she said that. And, it's mind boggling. It's totally amazing. And so I definitely want to maintain a relationship with her in the future. But if you are considering it and not sure, I definitely recommend that you get a reading by Zuni. She's not paying us for this. You know, I'm doing this totally on my free will.
Yeah.
I have not met her before. I don't even think, I think she lives in New York. So, Zuni, we just have to thank you
Yes. Thank
again
you.
for the reading. She's done 2 readings so far for us. I have to thank you for sharing your gift with the world. Don't let anybody discourage you or stop you from sharing your gift, and for, you know, shining your light, because God has blessed you, and, you know, you got it, girl. You the real
got it.
deal. So thank you.
Thank you.